Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review, and reviewing another film that came out this year, and it's been one of the most popular films of this year, and this film had a lot of hype for it, made a ton of money, and this is a well, it's a film that I was way back then I was looking forward to though, but and overall I do like the movie, so. The film we're reviewing is what we're doing is the Marvel comic book character Deadpool. So yeah, Deadpool that came out this year in February. Ryan Reynolds coming back once again playing Deadpool because because Ryan Reynolds started playing Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, in X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I did not like, and people, like, I guess after that movie, people were, especially fans of the character, were upset um, that how they treated the character because Ryan Reynolds, first of all, he was good in the beginning, with that act with his doing his spinning swords and stuff, and people didn't like that the character was his mouth was sewn shut and um, have the blades coming out of him, but I didn't like X-Men Origins Wolverine though, and people wanted, and since then, after that, people wanted to a get a real Deadpool movie, and people say, oh, we want to make it's been going like we want to make it R-rated, have it bloody, because how the character is, because Deadpool. Just really quick, just want to show that know about the character. Well, I got this like years before the film, but just want to quickly show I have the first appearance of Deadpool, the New Mutants number 98. Just want to show because I thought because the character Deadpool, because of how with his humor, with his how he knows, because with Deadpool, because with the whole thing of breaking the fourth wall and stuff, because like he'll know that if he's in a comic book, or he'll know he's in a video game, or like he'll know he's in a movie, and doing all the sorts of things of breaking the fourth wall and stuff, and I was actually looking forward to this new Deadpool film because since the like at least that leaked that test footage, which I actually did like, and then they started trying to talk right, they released the Comic-Con trailer, and my thoughts on the Comic-Con trailer for Deadpool. It was like my expectations were high, then it went a little bit down. Maybe it's because of some of the jokes and stuff like that, though. But oh yeah, once again, me and licorice. Well, I don't know why this is be a thing. I don't know why it's a thing with me starting eating licorice on camera, but so, and after seeing the second trailer. After I actually did not really mind the song by DMX, X Gonna Give It To You, which is in the film as well. And when the film opened up, it got a lot of praise, and as an 8.2 on IMDb and as an 83% Rotten Tomato. The film had an unexpected huge opening, like by far have the biggest opening in February, and it broke countless box office records. Had made up $132 million opening, and it broke a lot of records, and it's now the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. Which previously that was The Matrix Reloaded, and worldwide it made currently like 406, not 400, 762, maybe 663. Then domestically made over way over 300 million domestically, and now they want to do a sequel to the greenlit. I don't know why I'm just talking wrong. They greenlit a sequel, and especially because especially with Deadpool giving something for the at the end credits of the film for a sequel. And overall, I do like the movie. It's just that I still think with this, there's in the film there's just some of the jokes I just did not find funny. Then again, there were some I did laugh at though, but some of the jokes I just did not find funny. But Ryan Reynolds, I thought he did a good job playing Deadpool, the character itself. I liked when he played Deadpool. It was good that he came because he seemed like he could tell that he put a lot of he wanted to give what the fans want. You know, they want to give an R-rated Deadpool film, and you can see that he put like what he wanted to for this character, and I could definitely see that. And made basically want to give what the fans wanted, and they did that. You know, they wanted to go all out. You know, make it R-rated, have it bloody, and yeah, have a most likely adult jokes and stuff like that. Though, but because for how the character how this the character is, and in retrospect I can give her kind of respect because hey, if you want to give something, because sometimes with comic book films fans get upset, oh they got this character wrong, and like that aspect, so they wanted to give what the fans wanted, and they did that. They made this film just how with the character how it is, and I do kind of respect it because I can definitely see they put a lot to give what the fans wanted, you know. But the fact is, I think it's when it came out. I think it's and after the first couple of weeks after its release, people were like, "Oh, it's been talking and talking about it." And just like, okay, yeah, you give like I think you're like overpraising it just a bit though. But I do like the movie, but I wouldn't overpraise it. It's not the to me. It's not the best movie of this year. I'll put it that way. Would I put this on my my top list of this year? Maybe, but I don't think it's not going to be in my top 3 or 5. I think it was going to be much more up on the list. But overall, I do like the movie. But Ryan Reynolds, he best part of the film. Ryan Reynolds as playing as the character himself. You know, I thought he did a good job as his character as Wade Wilson. But getting more into I'm not gonna explain everything about this character though. We'll just get right into this film. The opening credits and how it just cool. It just shows panning and how it leads up to the car crash. You know, like how the people are in Deadpool, and it has a song that was playing in the test footage. You know, just call me Angel in the morning. You know, and you know like how the credits it's like some douchebag's film or playing a hot chick or a British villain or the comic relief. You know, the credits like that. I kind of like how they did with the credits. You know, and Deadpool, he's in the cab, and you know how he's trying to like in the trailers like come on, so back here. You know, excuse me. You know, Dopenda, cool, dead. You know, and he's after the guy who horribly disfigured him. Well, his face. Well, some people it's like a disfigurement, but it's like it looked like his face was burned. You know, it has like a burnt face. You know, but and it also the thing is it cuts to it cuts like from the past into the present, past, present, past, present. You know, it's just like it's like a cuts from the present, it cuts to flashback, then back to the present, flashback, present, off and on, off and on. But explain. Let me get to the origin first, then I'll go all the way back, go to the present. Wade Wilson, like he's this guy he's not really a nice guy. He's like he says he's a bad guy who gets paid to mess up other worse bad guys. and like he has like this he goes to he's in this place, and like he has this guy, this pizza delivery boy, who was kind of like who says he's a stalker of this girl, and he's tells him to don't stay away from this girl, and the other guy who is also there is like if you don't shut up, I'll kill your cat. And he says, I don't have a cat. And then this is one of the jokes I didn't think that I was like, really, I was like, what? Really, what? Just like, it's like, after the guy says, I don't have a cat, it's like, really, who's killer that I just took a shit in? Okay, I was like, okay, that's a joke that I don't think that didn't work. But then he goes to this bar that's run by his friend Weasel, played by T.J. Miller, and that's another good thing. I like T.J. Miller as an actor. I liked him in the films that he has been. I like um mainly his voice role in How to Train Your Dragon franchise as Tough Nut. Love his voice in the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. He also voiced Fred in Big Hero 6, and his first film that he debuted in was in Cloverfield. He was the one behind the camera the whole time. I liked him in that. Yogi Bear, Transformers: Age of Extinction, which too bad he died in the movie. That sucked. And recently on the news, really quick, I read that T.J. Miller was cast in a Steven Spielberg's science fiction film that was based on a book called Ready Player One. Like, okay, I was like, okay, T.J. Miller in a Steven Spielberg film. Okay. So yeah, T.J. Miller as his character Weasel, I liked him in the film. Although with some of the jokes that they says that was in the trailer, I didn't think that was funny either though. But I still like T.J. Miller. Um, and because he like the thing in the bar, like the bet money who's gonna die, and Weasel puts money on Wade for him to die, and that's called the Deadpool. That's how I got the name from. And then he meets his girl Vanessa, and then of course another thing, the joking, like I didn't think that was not that funny either. Like how talked about like how they were both molested by their uncles and stuff like that. That's a That's the thing. There's some of these jokes I didn't think that was that funny. But again, there were some jokes I think that is funny, which we'll get to though. But these kind of jokes, so I just didn't think that was not that funny. But that's just me though. People think that these jokes are funny. That's fine. You think the jokes are funny, that's fine to you. But I didn't think so. But then it goes to shows them having sex through the holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Chinese New Year, whatever, and some people think that that's funny, that these sex scenes are funny, though I just didn't think that was not that big of a deal. I don't think it was not that overall funny, but I mean, but then they found that he has cancer, and he's back at the bar. That he meets this guy, what he calls Agent Smith, tells him that we can cure your cancer. Gives him the number, but eventually he does call him, and he gets taken to this place. That is run by your villain of the movie, who's a British villain, who's the character's name is Ajax, which the joke of the whole film, he keeps on calling by what his real name, Francis. It's like the joke's like, he tells him, "What's my name?" And the guy who plays this guy, Ed Skrein. He's the guy from the new transport film Refueled. I don't. That's the one the problem I have with it, is that the villain isn't really nothing, basically, because I haven't seen the Transporter Refueled film though, but I saw the trailers to that, and was not as good. And plus I don't think he's no Jason Statham. For the Transporter films, he's no Jason Statham as the Transformer. Did I say Transformer? Transporter. So that Transporter refueled him starring in it. Didn't interest me and it looked like it sucked anyway. In this film, he's the villain. As the villain is Ajax. He was nothing either. Nothing special. Nothing new. All except that the funny thing is that he's a British film, like I said in the credits. And then he has his psychic or whatever, played by Gina Carano, as Angel Dust. With her abilities, that she has superhuman strength, and all with Ajax's ability, he doesn't feel pain. Like if he gets stabbed, he doesn't feel a thing. And he has some strength though, but with Gina Carano, that's also she's another lame villain. Though, but I don't think is she UFC fighter? I don't think, because I've heard of Ronda Rousey. I know she's a UFC fighter, but Gina Carano I don't think, because I'm not too familiar. I know that she was in Fast and Furious 6 though, but I'm just not all that too familiar with her. So, but the character was not much either, except that she has superhuman strength and stuff, and she has and she also always has a match in her mouth, which is a reference joke that I do got chuckle of. That I do reference a Rambo, or was it either Rambo or Cobra, because with a match in the mouth. I think it was Cobra. Ah, God, yeah. I know it was one of those, because I recognize the reference to that though. What Ryan Reynolds says about that. I do know that, so. But if it is one of those two, I do get a chuckle out of that one, because, okay, cool, you referenced that, alright. And another thing he says when he's strapped down, he's like telling to Francis, like, seriously, you got something stuck in your teeth. And you see him go through all these procedures, to make him, basically to make him a mutant. And he does all these tests, and he puts him this this tube where he cuts off all the air, and that's how he gets throughout his whole body. That's how he gets all, basically, maybe you call it disfigured though, but it looks like he's got a big burn. So he headbutts Gina Carano just to get the match, and he lights it, causes an explosion. Fighting the fight. Well, the fight when the place is burning down, him fighting with Ajax is not much either. But after that, he thinks he's dead. But which there was another guy that was with him. He's strapped down, but he knows, so he dies as well. And after he gets out of the burning place, rises from the ashes, he doesn't want to go to he doesn't want to go to his girlfriend because how his face is. So he goes with the Sea Weasel and tells him, which of course you get the jokes that was in the trailer, which when I did a trailer reaction, I think those jokes were funny either. Where T.J. Miller says, like, you look like you have an avocado has sex with an older avocado, or you look like Freddy Krueger, the face of a topographical map of Utah. Those jokes, I think it was funny that wasn't that Comic-Con trailer though, when I still think it was not that funny though. But I still like T.J. Miller though, so, but. And he tells him, he gives him names to what he should be called, and he's like Scaredevil or Mr. Never Die, and he realizes that he can never die because now he won't get money. That's how he gets the name Deadpool. Deadpool. That sounds like a fucking franchise. So they go and they get this little montage, which I did like. So he goes to this montage where he starts getting costumes, like he wears white and. He gets shot and sees blood red all over, and this is where up to the point where he gets his Deadpool costume, and he gets there where all the places where Francis where's Francis? Or another funny one where where he gets it with a woman. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if I wish a punch yours is a sexist thing, whatever. I don't know which is which. Or he's on this the ice rink with that. I forget what that contraption is. That's called for the smooth out the ice, and then the guy's crying. It's like, you don't tell me what Francis is. You're gonna be dead in 5 minutes. That I think that was another thing I thought was funny. Until he catches up with the guy Agent Smith, the way he calls him, and he catches up to him, and another one with like for the fourth wall breaking, watching like he looks at the audience and is like, oh, I don't think you should not see this, so he like moves the camera as if the camera's there. He moves it so we don't see what he's gonna do to the guy. So yeah, and then he goes and catches the taxi cab and tells the fast which another thing was like he like we know how this turns out, so he fast forwards it all the way to the freeway. Which now getting to the freeway sequence. Oh, before that, as he starts fast forwarding, you see this part where he's masturbating with this stuffed unicorn. But yeah, but the fast forward aspect I did like. But then when now getting back into the freeway, he's to get in the taxi cab with the guy Dopenda. And then and this is where they recreate the test footage. He's sitting on top of the where the freeway is and listening to his radio. Is like, now the song of this now there's the song choices in the film. Most of them I do like, but this one it's like, hey yeah, I wanna shoot, baby, shoot. That song for me, I did not care for that song though. But the other songs I do mind, which I'll get to. But him sitting on top of the freeway is like, oh, well, hello, and you're thinking, well, how was that for me to get my own movie, as I don't know, but it rhymes with Pulverine, referencing with Hugh Jackman, it's like he has a couple of referencing his balls, because he says like some down under. But yeah, it's referencing for Hugh Jackman's X-Men Orders Wolverine. And speaking of that, with X-Men Orders Wolverine, before Wade Wilson leaves to go to the big experiment on, he has this action figure of that character of Wade Wilson from X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now how with his mouth sewn shut and all the stuff on him. I thought that was kind of funny. Him have an action figure character of the thing that people don't like in X-Men Origins Wolverine. So, and then this is where it recreates the test footage. He drops all the way down to the car with that song playing. Just call me Angel. Also, except the little difference is he doesn't speak the Spanish, saying "I'm pregnant, Trevor." Although, but sometimes he does recreate the test footage, and other things like in the trailer, it's like, "Have you seen this man?" With the picture that he drew, and then he gets that cigarette lighter, and like one guy is like, "I never say this, but don't swallow." And then, flips the car over, and then as it stops and holds very still, he says, "Ah, shit, did I leave the stove on?" But I do like the demand of the little fights in the car, and but overall, I know it's recreating the test footage, but it looked better than the test footage though. Just as I was watching, doing the whole recreating the test footage, it's like, okay. I mean, I would say that the test footage looked better though, but still, like how the way it was made though. But as they're doing the recreating of this whole scene on the freeway with the car crash, it was like, So the car rolls onto the freeway, and one dead bad guy wham splat on a sign, And then while that's going on, this shows that it cuts to the Xavier's mansion where Colossus knows that it's Deadpool, and he has a new trainee called Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And the thing is with now of course we know that they're to like have multiple people to work on Colossus. Like he's CG. Unlike the previous X-Men films where it was a real person, a real guy. They wanted to get that guy for the previous X-Men films, but he didn't want to come back. So they made a CG Colossus and gave him the with the real Russian accent that the character really has because he's Russian. And because the thing is with Colossus, he has talked with Deadpool about joining the X-Men, but he doesn't want to, and so he's gonna have to talk with him again. So he gets to the freeway, and with Deadpool says, wait, you made me wonder why the red suit, so bad guys can't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants. And then, starts counting the bullets, because he has 12 bullets, so each bullet he shot shows, like, a number on the bullet. Starts killing all the bad guys. I did like the moment where a guy's about to throw a grenade, and he starts to walk up and shoots, boom, as it explodes in the guy's hand. I did like that. And like also in the trailer, he does like a flip and shoots 3 guys in the head all at once at the same time. Now the things with it has a lot of CGI blood in it, which a while back they said they were gonna do like practical blood and stuff and actual practical stuff though, but I guess they changed their minds because I'm not a fan of the CGI blood. It was like, can we just do some real practical blood squibs and stuff like that, though? But I'm just probably the only one whoever thinks that wants to see actual blood, though. But maybe just a little tired of seeing this CG blood, because I got enough of the CG blood that was in the Expendables franchise, because the Expendables franchise, it's just they have like tons of CG blood, which I just did not care for at all. But what can you do about it? So one guy didn't fully take a bullet to the head. He gets stabbed with his double swords, and is where he starts narrating, going back off and on the flashback and stuff like that, back to the present and this and that. Until he finds Francis on a motorcycle, kicks him, and stabs him because he doesn't feel pain. Then Colossus comes in, tosses him. And another thing that I liked, he says, I just feeling that this shit just went sideways in the most colossal way. And then Colossus is both, I did like this moment where they're both talking with each other, with Deadpool and Colossus, and it's basically like what in the trailers, we can't allow this, Deadpool. And he wants him to join us, be a superhero. But then another funny line that I did like where he talking about the X-Men is like, listen, the day I come a crime shit swizzler is when I go to the mansion with a bunch of whiny little shitters till some old bald Kevin's Gate looking motherfucker on that day. I'll send you a friendly message. That I thought it was kind of funny. How he's making fun of Charles Xavier, old, bald, and then another funny more where probably a lot of people think this was funny as well, because Francis, he gets away, and then Deadpool's reaction is like, oh, and Colossus is like, quite unfortunate, and he's doing the looking back and forth. That does it. And of course, this is some of the humor I thought was kind of funny more than the dirty jokes humor. He goes and hits Colossus, he breaks his hand, and then tries to hit him with an uppercut with the crotch and breaks his other hand. And then he tries to kick him, and he breaks his one foot, and Negas 1924 is laughing at it. And then the Colossus throws him, and then he handcuffs him and says, "Let us go talk to the professor." And then he make a reference to a line from RoboCop, which I thought was cool. You know, it's like dead or alive, you're coming with me. See, that's the kind of like references, you know, and stuff like that that I thought was kind of fun. That did make me laugh. Other than the probably is just me. I just don't care for the dirty jokes and stuff like that. Is this kind of humor with the referencing like RoboCop and him breaking his own uh, um, hands and foot. That type of stuff that I did laugh at. And then he goes, takes the knife, like he reattaches his one hand, so he takes the knife, like, you ever seen 127 Hours? Spoiler alert, and cuts off his own hand to get away. Because of Deadpool's power, one of his powers that he has the power to heal. So you see his hand grow back. Although the one thing they didn't put in, well, it was an extra word to Wolverine, but they just didn't put in this. So his ability to teleport, which okay, yeah, I know they didn't put that in there, but which I'm fine with though, because like I said, they change stuff to characters all the time and from films though. But yeah, they just I'm fine with not adding his teleportation, but his healing factor I'm fine with as well. Well, because that's one of his prime powers, of course. So yeah, you see, and another one of the characters I didn't care for either was the blind woman named Blind Owl that he's currently living in, um and like of course like where's the part where where another joke I just like I said, I'm not that fond of the dirty jokes. That's one thing. I'm not fond of the dirty jokes. So he goes with like farts in her face and says hashtag drive by. That isn't I care for. And then there's one where they're just sitting on the couch and you see Puzza like his hand is growing back and Puzza looking up to her chin and he's like, your hand is a little smaller, just. But his hand does grow back though. So, but Ajax and Angel Dust, they find out where because they visit T.J. Miller, Gina Carano has him holds him up, and all the guys at the bar have guns on them. They find a picture that was with him and his girlfriend, and they hurry up. They go to the strip joint. You have Stanley's cameo. Give it up for Chastity. I always enjoyed Stanley's cameos in the Marvel films. It's always been cool to see one of the creators of Marvel to be in his cameos in the Marvel films. So, and he was about to go up to talk to Wade, about to go talk with Vanessa, but once again he doesn't. And she goes to the back where she thinks he's there, but gets kidnapped by the two villains. So they go back to his place to start getting all the guns, all the ammo. And T.J. Miller, he says a funny line that I did like. He's like, Wade, I go with you, but I don't want to. That's a funny line that was from him that I did find funny. So he gets all the ammo and stuff, and then he goes to visit goes to the Xavier's school, and is like offers the Negasonic Team Warhead and Colossus to come with them. And another funny line I thought was like it's funny I only see you two in this big house. It's like the studios couldn't afford another X-Men. So they take the cab, the same guy, Dopender, and he has his cousin, because he said that he survived that his cousin stole his girlfriend, and so he has him locked up in the trunk because he's going by what Deadpool told him. And then when they get to the side which has the helicarrier, from the Avengers, the helicarriers. It's like one of those because it does look like one of the carriers from the Avengers films though, but probably they get away with that because two different studios and rights and stuff like that though. But it's like a very damaged helicarrier, and they get there, and then you have this song that I did not mind by DMX. X Gonna Give It To You as they're walking. Although I like to see that and actually was playing in the trailer, But and he forgets his duffel bag with all the ammo, and he says, looks at the audience, and says, "Cue the music." So and then the walking scene, okay, it's all cool, Colossus with Deadpool, And it's funny, and it's funny, like except with the exception of Colossus, this film is became the highest grossing X-Men film. It's like the highest grossing X-Men film with barely like no X-Men in the movie. So it's funny how that turns out. So he gets there. Gina Carano is like what he says. Superhero landing. She's gonna do superhero landing. Woo, superhero landing. And but basically, Gina Carano goes and basically one of the disappointments, like she just goes and kicks Colossus's ass most of the time. I mean, Colossus, he's big and strong though, but he gets his ass kicked very by this woman, because I know she has strength though, but he has strength as well, and he does a couple of things. Like he throws a tire at a couple of guys, and he beats her up just a little bit though, like hits in the face, or when he has her on his arm, he goes and lifts her and bangs her and throws her a couple times, or even a moment where he's just like, oh, she hides like because one of her breast was hanging out, and it's like, oh, that's so sweet, But he was too distracted by that, and he gets punched in the crotch, and it's like, oh. And then him getting strangled. I'm like, okay, this is Colossus. He's big and strong. He's steel, and he just gets his ass beaten by this lame villain. I mean, Colossus is just. That was like kind of a disappointing thing, Colossus gets his ass beaten by this lame villain woman, But with Deadpool, okay, he's just doing hack and slashing though, but with clearly CGI blood. Although I did like the moment where even though it was CG, he cuts a guy's head off and kicks the head into another person. I do like that though, even though it was CG. Or a moment where he recognizes one of the guys that was with him, because with Deadpool he was a soldier, and dishonorably discharged and this and that, and he recognizes one of the guys that was with him back in those times, like, Bob? Wade? Oh hey, I haven't seen you since Jacksonville and TGI Fridays. And then knocks him out, like, oh, how have you been? How's the kids doing? And then Negasonic Teenage Warhead, she does some things, like, well, when Gina Carano does the superhero land, and of course when she knocks Colossus away, and then which was in the trailer as well, where Deadpool's like, oh, that's why I brought her. Oh no, finish your tweet. I said, go here, Tiger, and then runs up, does her blast, and or another one where she does another blast and on the side of this car and squishes two guys, and makes Deadpool go on this one of the flat metal sheets so that she can use her exploding powers to send him flying onto the helicarrier. So then they get to the sword axe fight with Ajax, and while his girlfriend's in the tube, about to cut off her oxygen, he throws one sword in there to let oxygen in. I think the fight was a little bit better than the fight back when the building was burning down. I thought that fight was a bit better than that. The ending fight was better than the one that was at the beginning when the building was burned down. Ajax takes a knife, stabs him in the head. And then Vanessa takes one of his swords and stabs into him. And I thought this was another funny moment that they're both laying on the ground, and he's like looking at each other, and then some little cute cartoon characters come in, which, okay, I was surprised to see that. I didn't see that coming. And while Chicago's "You're the Inspiration" plays, I thought that was a good song choice. Chicago, you're was it how to go? You're in my life. You're the inspiration. I did like that song by Chicago. And one of the little cartoon characters that I was surprised by to see. And then he gets the knife out of his head. Then Negasonic Teenage Warhead does another exploding. He explodes up and then falls all the way down because to save Colossus. Causes a big explosion. The whole thing. Helicarrier starts tilting on the side. And yeah, it's a lot of it was a lot of CGI, but then he puts her back in the tube to protect her, and then Colossus, next on Teach Warhead, get her out. Francis gets into fighting with the Deadpool and tells him, the whole film because he wants him alive because he tells him so he can fix his face, but he says, "There's no cure for your face." So, and then he takes the small gun and is about to shoot him. Well, Colossus stops, think for 4 or 5 moments. This is for you. You have a chance to be a good person, be a superhero. And eventually he shoots him in the head. He shoots him and then Colossus goes and vomits. It's like, why? Well, you were dragging on for so long. Okay, just promise. Yeah. I'll remember for the next 4 moments. And tells the Indian he goes and apologizes to Vessel for leaving. So he wants to take off his mask and he has a picture of Hugh Jackman's face, Wolverine, attached to his face, so she doesn't have to see his ugly face. But she says oh, I can used to it, and have a face to sit on basically. And then they have the song by Wham, I never wanna dance again. I can't do the songs right. But that song from Wham, and Colossus, them walking away is like, we will make an X-Men out of you yet. And then it gets to the end credits. After the end credits, which I thought was a cool reference as well, where he goes and tells the audience, and he's doing the duplicating Ferris Bueller's Day Off end credit scene, which I thought was a cool thing because he's telling everyone, the movie's over, like how Ferris Bueller was doing at the end. He's doing the same thing except he's hinting for the sequel and have Cable be in it and either have Dolph Lundgren or Mel Gibson be Cable. I would like to see Dolph Lundgren play Cable. He looks the part as Cable. I'd like to see him as Cable. That won't happen though, but I'd like to see that. So overall, Deadpool, I do like the movie. Is this the one of the main problems is the dirty jokes I just did not care for. But there are the other jokes and references that I did like, and the action scenes, I did like the little montage of him where he's searching for Francis. I did like that though. Although I do want to say that the one thing that was in the first Comic-Con trailer, it shows Deadpool in this room where there's blood on the walls and he's checking his ammo with dead bodies there. That was on the movie. I know that could have been part of that montage scene though. I don't know why that was on the movie. I know that would have been part of that montage scene though. But I don't know why that was on the movie though. As I do remember that's that one scene that was in the Comic-Con trailer, and that's not in the movie. So, but I do like the montage scene and the finale. I did like, although I did not like seeing Colossus getting his ass kicked, like a wimp. But Ryan Reynolds, for him playing Deadpool, they all wanted him to do properly. Ryan Reynolds did a good job as Wade Wilson. Highlight of the movie, yeah. Some of this humor, like when Ajax got away, he's like, oh, or he starts breaking his hands or in his foot from Colossus. Some of the other jokes that from the reference that I did like was good, and some song choices like Chicago, You're the Inspiration, or the song from Wham, or the song by DMX. I was going to give it to you. I did not mind. Although I'm not the biggest fan of rap though, but that one song I did not mind. There was T.J. Miller. I do like. I've always enjoyed T.J. Miller. It was nice to see him in a Marvel movie. Although most of the jokes that was in that trailer I did not care for though. But the one joke that I did like, says I'll go with you, but I don't want to. But I do like T.J. Miller, so that was another good thing for me. The girl who played Vanessa, his Wade's girlfriend. I thought she was fine, not horrible. I mean, I've seen other horrible actresses in other films, though, but not horrible. But the dirty jokes, I just did not think that I didn't think that was that funny. Like the molestation, molested by the uncles, or they farting in the blind woman's face, saying hashtag drive by. Or the sex scene, I didn't think that was not all. Well, people think that's funny though. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I don't think it was not that funny. But overall, I do like Deadpool, so it was nice to see and it was nice to see Colossus in there. And although I didn't like him get his ass kicked though, but it's nice seeing Colossus in it. But I'm not gonna overly praise it like a lot of people have been doing when it came out in the theaters. Be like, oh, this is so fantastic! It's great, awesome, and this and that. I do like the movie, but I'm not gonna overdo it. But for like people saying like, oh, this is the best R-rated comic book movie ever, I would definitely disagree with that, because I've seen better R-rated comic book films. The Punisher, well, the original Punisher, R-rated Punisher with Dolph Lundgren, I love. Same with the one with Thomas Jane. The Blade 1 and 2. Those are R-rated comic book films that I both do enjoy and love. What other ones? Oh, Kingsman: The Secret Service. I recently reviewed that film. That's an R-rated comic book film. I love that movie. Trying to think of anything else. Watchmen. That's another one. But I don't know. It's hard for me to say which one's better for that. Watchmen or Deadpool. I'm not entirely sure on that one though. But as it compared for this year, I would definitely say I enjoyed Deadpool more than Batman vs Superman. I would definitely say that. Deadpool is a hell of a lot better than Batman vs Superman. I could definitely tell you that. But best R-rated comic book film? No, because I've seen a lot better ones though. But I do respect that they gave what the fans wanted. I do respect that. They wanted to do like a full out R-rated bloody Deadpool film. I do because the fans wanted that. I do respect that. So, I'm glad that it happened. Because usually some people they don't listen to the fans. They just do whatever they want. Don't ignore what fans want. So I'm glad that happened. But I still like the movie, even despite with some issues. I don't hate the movie. I do enjoy I don't love the movie, but I do like the movie. So I do like it. I don't hate the movie. But overall, Ryan Reynolds, good job as Deadpool. That's more I could say. He's the main focus of it. And just quickly what I said, one thing I thought you can just leave out the origin story, because I thought it would have been different, because that was the other thing, as the whole origin story. I thought that could have been left out though, but still, what can you do? They're always going to do an origin story for solo films, how they come to be. And also, just to show the first appearance of Deadpool, to show that I like the character. which I'm glad to have. Really good condition. And maybe who knows, maybe one of these other videos I like to do, video where I show my comic book collection. I better stop here because I'm 50 minutes in. I didn't want to go in that long. So I'm stopping right here. But overall, I do like the movie. Deadpool. I would say it's a good one. Even despite some issues, I still like Deadpool. Definitely better than Batman vs. Superman. Definitely tell you that one right now. Anyway, thanks for watching and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.